Hello and welcome to Android Apps Reviews. My name is Stacy and the app we're going to take a look at today is MailWise. Now I personally feel MailWise is kind of been neglected when it comes to mail apps that are out there. I know everybody knows K9 when it comes to Android. Almost everybody says, oh yeah, get K9, get K9. K9's been around a long time, and it's a great mail app. I'm in no way whatsoever going to say that K9 is not a good app. But I ran up on MailWise, and I've had a chance here to review this and have to use it actually myself, and I'm still using it on my devices. And I find this one to be a little bit quicker as far as getting your inbox to that point of, I think the phrase is inbox 0. And it's a pretty clean app, and I really like it a lot. So, let's just jump into it and have you take a look at it so you know what it's all about. So, when you first get into this app, you're going to need to set it up. So, as you can tell, you have several options here. You have your Microsoft Exchange, your Hotmail, your Gmail, your Outlook, your AOL, your Yahoo, and these are your most common ones. And when you're setting these things up, most of the times you're going to have to simply just put in your email address, your password, and it's already going to know how to set a lot of those things up. The system is, this app is really good at bringing that, already knowing the configurations for those. So that makes things a lot easier, that the most common ones are already set. And another nice little thing is this thing that's right here, your first item, which is your existing accounts. So if you have set up email using the Android system alone, I'm not talking about any other email apps which are out there, and there are plenty. If you just used Android alone and you set up your Gmail and you threw in all your accounts in there on the Android system itself, it's going to import those. You're going to be able to import them through that existing accounts. So you're not going to have to redo all your settings to come in here if you have it set up that way. If you don't, it's still not that bad. This is a pretty easy mail app to get your account set up. So let's just go into this other one, the bottom one that says Other. Let's go into it. Now, when you first go into this, you have it's going to ask for your email address and your password. This is going to be the common screen for any of these you're going to be setting up on MailWise. It reads these addresses, and then it will usually ask you for a little more information, and then from that point it's going to go into your setup. So let's just jump into this. Let's just throw something in here right now so you get an idea of what it looks like. So let's just use this like test. And then for a password, I'm just going to use password, because we know this is not a real account. This is just for review purposes. So you get everything set up and you click the next button, and then at that point, as you can tell, it's going to ask you if you want to use an IMAP, an Exchange, or a Google. IMAP is probably the most common that is going to be out there. If you're not using one of the common services that were listed at the beginning, then chances are you're using IMAP. And when going into IMAP, this screen is your incoming server settings. This is the first thing that's going to pop up, and it's going to give you the chance to go in and you can set your IMAP server, what type of security. Do you have SSL on there, TLS, START, what do you got? And you can change your port number, but it's automatically going to go to the default for the SSL, what would normally be the default, which is normally 993. And then you would click Next. Now, I'm going to click Next. This isn't going to work, but if you did have a good account and you did have the stuff in there, it would check it, and if it was good, it would send you on to the outbound. If it was bad, it's going to give you the same that you see here on our fake account. Which is this review testing account. You can tell it couldn't open to connection to the server. Well, of course it couldn't, because it's not even a real setup. So It's kind of a handy thing that it's going to test your inbound before it goes to your outbound. At this point, if it had been good, it would have went to the outbound. It would have started with your STMP, which is your outbound. It copies your server and information on over, and then you can choose, SSL if it's again, and it's going to default it to the proper port. You click next, and then everything's set up. It gives you a chance to name your accounts. Now, let me show you real quick. I have a few example accounts set up, so let's go into that. Okay, here we go. The accounts that I have set up currently is I have 3 accounts. And you can name your account. So when you get your account set in, you can put whatever name you want for your accounts. So this is just a simple way. And if you don't, you'll see the email addresses here. But for me, it was easier. It's easier for me to get an idea of what I've got going here. So this screen here, where this is the little slide bar that goes in and out. This tells you the amount of emails that you have sitting there and how many down here. You have your folders unread. And one of the things that I really love about this program is your unified inbox, which you can see right here. Now, this is the mailbox right here. Now, the thing about this is that I like a lot is you're getting your emails in, and a lot of times let's be honest, we're all being hit with a lot of email that we don't want to read, whether it's spam or maybe it's just newsletters and it's things we signed up for and we're like, yeah, I'll read it sometime, but I don't want to get rid of it yet. Well, we don't want to really, we're not at the point where we want to take it and put it in our spam, but we're not at the point where we're really to get rid of it either, because we do read it every now and then, right? So we're getting all these emails and we're wanting to do something with them, and we want to get to them fast. I mean, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time on our Android devices, because Lord knows all of our devices, these smartphones, smart devices, all really put a lot of stress on batteries and wear the batteries down, and we don't want to spend a whole lot of time in an app messing with our email when we'd rather be spending the time messing on an app that we really enjoy to be in. So one of the things I like is the swipe motion that this is set on your emails. So for instance, this top one, if I knew I did not want this email and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't want this. All I would have to do would swipe from the right to the left, as like this, and I just deleted that email. Now it's out of my email list. It's really, really handy. But there's other options that you have if you swap the opposite direction. If I bring it the opposite direction, I have the option here to click on the trash can you see here, which would delete it. I have the option to put it in the archive folder. I can mark it read or unread. I can star it. And then once again, if it was an accident, I can click on the X and it brings it right back. You also have the option of clicking the checkbox at the top, and this will automatically check every single email you have in that inbox. And the ones you want to keep, you would go back and unclick to get rid of, which would give you the option to delete a whole bunch in the inbox at once if you had to. But actually just swiping down them, it's rather quick. It does not take long at all. You have a search function which allows you to search all your emails, and then of course this is your chance to actually send an email. You have the option, the drop down at the top, to pick from all your accounts which one you're sent in, and you'll have the option to choose one main one if that's going to be the one you're going to be doing it to. So you get your to in your subject. It's just a common email. There's nothing, anything different going on there. But I do want to go in to the settings and have you a chance to see the settings. There is a chance you can sort your email. Here's the options you have for sorting, which I'm pretty sure most email programs do have the exact same sorting programs, sorting options. And once again, into the settings, into accounts. Now let's just go into the general, because this is where all of the meat and potatoes is laying here. All right, auto advance. So this gives you an option to choose which screen to show after you remove or mark unread a message. So you'd be able to click on this and you can go to either the older message or the newer message, or back to the message list, which is where I have it right now. You have an option to put a check mark here, and you can get that avatar on the sender image. You can see their avatar on their emails, which is kind of nice. It's especially on, especially if you're on a, on a phone, on an actual Android phone, that they can bring those avatars in, and you can kind of see it. It just makes it easier when you're seeing an email. You see their picture as opposed to seeing that letter on the emails, and it's going to be, oh, okay, that's an email from my friend. So it does help with that. You can do the reply all, and you can make reply all for all the replies. You have a trusted senders list, and you can clear it out, or you can edit it within this section. You can set up your group emails, and this is the group update emails. This gives you a chance to bolt things together into one single conversation, just to get your inbox a little cleaner. If you're going to store stuff in your inbox, perhaps you don't want to clear out your inbox completely. You have the option. You can always create another folder and move the stuff over, but maybe you want to leave it there. You have a chance to group these emails together. There's the tutorial, and you'll see the tutorial when you first launch the app, they're just kind of showing a few of the things that goes along with it. Not quite as in-depth as this review. And then, of course, you have your action confirmations. You can set whether you want confirmations for all these things to happen. And then you have the chance to go down here and you can set what's going to be happening when you swipe. Like swipe left. Earlier when I swiped left, I deleted it. Had it been in a Gmail account, it would have archived it. I can set it to where it deletes everything, or I can have it display the actions menu, which right now I have my swipe right doing the actions menu and my swipe left doing this. This is a very, very handy system. The way that for the swiping, for me, I find it so much easier to clean my inbox. My inbox is usually, with this email app, it's clean. I've not had any issues whatsoever. I've probably got 4, 5, 6 email accounts set up on my devices, and all of them were able to be set up. And I've had that problem with some other email apps, to where it doesn't accept every single device that we try to put every single thing. One may do really well with Gmail, but it doesn't do well with Exchange, or the vice versa. One might be Exchange, but it doesn't do well with the other services, AOL, Yahoo, and whatnot. So this one kind of does well with everything, and it's a really, really nice program. And I can recommend this one. Now, this is one that I definitely use myself, and I found it to be quite handy as far as, like I said, hitting that inbox 0, which is the goal. That you get an emails in, you can shoot through them really fast, and then you can spend your time doing things that you'd rather be doing than messing with the emails. Well, I want to first say thanks for viewing this review. Hopefully it helped somebody out that might have been interested in an email program. They might see this, and it might set you in the right direction. If you like this video, this review, please like and subscribe below. I'll be having quite a few more Android app reviews coming in the future. And as always, stay mobile.